What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Forgo. We're going to get this party started with Scream, who I think is really the best character of the update, other than Venom whenever he reaches level 80 or even just level 72, because this girl is nuts, guys. She's free to play. You can level her up easily through the game by just acquiring some biometrics, and she looks insane, and she is insane. She's a whole lot more than just visual looks. This girl's got an insane amount of substance as well, and I think a lot of relevance for a lot of players out there, especially if you're a newer player. This is a very, very strong character. I am blown away by the ease of play, by her survivability, by the damage that this girl can actually put out. They did a great job on Scream. Oh my God. So my Scream is ranked, almost 1,400 in the world. She has 41,000 physical attack. She does have pretty much max stats. Ignore defense is maxed out, but it's close enough. And something to always remember about this character is that she does have the leadership tag. She can take full advantage of White Fox. Now, she is a superhero, so that's something to remember. And she is a human, also female, right? So she fits a lot of restrictions in the game, especially against Null and Mephisto, who are the first two world boss legends that a lot of players are going to be facing if they're newer players to this game. I have no urus on this character, and with what you're about to see, guys, I was blown away by her damage. Seriously, she's crazy. Now, her skills, her awakened skill, same old guys. Critical rate, critical damage buff, ignore target dodge rate. The increase all attack by 25%, remove all debuff is definitely nice. The invincible for 8 seconds with the native super armor. Pretty much the same old guys when it comes to the awakened skill. Nothing really special there, right? But she does get an increase to critical damage by 40%. This really makes it very easy for her to max out her skills. That is nice. And the increased guaranteed critical rate is also really good if you're going to slap a rage. However, the thing about this character is she doesn't need a rage to shine, guys. She plays insanely well with the proc. And I would say out of all the characters of this update, she is the easiest to play. She's the most proc friendly out of all of them, at least in my humble opinion. Now, her first skill doesn't really do anything. By the way, I do really like this change that they did. This is really nice. The second skill, nothing major there. The third skill, okay, so she has accumulation, which is awesome, guys, 0.8%. That is nice. And this skill does a lot of damage by itself. It's easily a quick cancelable skill, which is nice. And then her fourth skill gives her a 40% attack buff and a critical rate by 40%. This is really cool also because, again, she gets a critical damage buff from her passive and a critical rate buff whenever you hit the fourth skill, and this lasts for 7 seconds. That is for the entire duration of whenever she's doing all of her damaging skills. This is amazing. It makes her so easy to level up. I can't stress how good that is, especially for newer players. And she does get 5 seconds of immunity, and she does have a damage proc by for 50% for one attack. And you do want to put the proc on the fourth skill, at least the way that the skills are laid out. And then her fifth skill does give her 3 seconds of invincibility. Now, once this 3 seconds of invincibility is gone, if she doesn't use her awakened skill, she can get guard broken, especially by Null, because you're only going to have that super armor for 3 seconds. However, she does so much damage in that 3-second spam that I don't think it's really going to be a big deal for the character. Then her passive, which is pretty interesting, she gets a 50% recovery heal whenever she gets hit, and this is on a 5-second cooldown. This is really good, but I really wish this was a 20 to 30% recovery, and I wish it was on a skill. But, being on a 5-second cooldown is nice, but you got to get hit in order to do this. Now, the thing about, or in order for it to apply, but the thing about this is, say you get caught in the cage against Null, right? And the toxic meteorites fall down. Well, if those toxic meteorites are falling down and you're taking hits, you're taking damage, you're going to get that heal. That's actually pretty cool. That's actually really cool. So there are situations where this is actually better than being able to use your heal on your skill. It really would depend on your opinion, what you think's better. Honestly, I would love to see both, but maybe that'd been asking for too much. But I would have liked to see her heal be a little bit more than 15%. Her leadership is trash. And when you look at her uniform effect, right, 35% increase of physical attack is insane. The chain hit damage by 10% is also insane for this character because she does a lot of hits. And the more hits you do, the more this chain hit damage synergizes with you. Really, if you put a CTP of energy on this girl, my God, getting that extra chain hit damage with this chain hit damage, and then if you have Agent Venom as a leadership, using his 30% physical attack leadership, and then using the extra chain hit damage that he gets from his uniform effect. I mean, you're going to have a ridiculous amount of chain hit damage, just nuts, right? And whenever, and as far as the uniform options, guys, the first one's Falcon. That's insane, terrific uniform. The next one's Arrow, bad, terrible, bad. Then you have Athena, which is also an amazing uniform. And then you have Proxima, which is also, again, a very, very good uniform. And when you look at the next uniform, it's actually Colossus, which is unfortunately outdated, right? So she has some decent uniform options, and then there's some that really aren't the greatest, okay? And whenever you take a look at her skills, right? Like every skill she does a ridiculous amount of hits, and 2 of them you can cancel immediately in the 3 and the 5. When you hit that 3rd skill, right? And I just cancel into the 2nd. Look at all the damage that 3rd skill is doing continuously. And look at all the hits it does, right? And then you do the 5th skill and you cancel into the 2, the 5th, you can just cancel, right? You get all those hits. And when you do the 3, 5, look at the hits this thing does. We're still counting 142 hits on 3 opponents. 142 hits on 3 opponents, guys. That is freaking nuts. And when you do 3, 5, 4, right? Let's look at the hits now. 217 hits between 3 opponents. That is a lot of hits for 1 opponent. I mean, what is that, like 80, 90 hits, something like that? I mean, I'm sure my math's a little bit off, but a lot of damn hits. And when you hit the 3, 5, 4, or 3 awaken skill 5, 4, look at this. What, 351 hits? That is over 110 hits per opponent that you're taking out. That is crazy. That is crazy. And because she's so proc friendly, and she does have that safeguard with the heal, you know, whenever she gets hit, it's actually nice. And my build on this girl isn't very good. Again, I don't have any Urus. I have a stage 6 overdrive set. I have no artifact. I have a 140% damage proc on her with ignore dodge and critical damage, guys. That's it. And as far as the critical damage, I mean, I really don't need it, guys. She's got a big critical damage buff in her kit. She doesn't need it. You could easily give her something else like ignore defense, 2 max HPs, something like that, which is something that's really nice about her. If you give her extra HP, she's going to have even more survivability. So if you give her an HP obelisk with a damage proc, that'd actually be a really good way to go because she has critical rate and critical damage buffs in her kit. And again, the uniform is at legendary. So let's take a look at the kind of damage this girl does. Now, the first thing that I want to point out, guys, is like the requirements. You can use this girl all the way up to stage 29, I believe. I mean, you can't use her here, right? From 21 to 24, you have to have the male superheroes. But before that, right, humans, she fits that description, right? Male, okay, so she can't be used from 11 to 14 as well, all right? Yeah, from 10 to 14, you can't use her. And then you can use her from 15 to 19. Can't use her from 20 to 24. And then from 25 to 29, you can use her again, right? That's pretty damn nice, man. You can use her quite a bit early on, right? And this is stage 29 with that crap build that you guys just saw. And because she's going to take advantage of White Fox, we're going to use her. And because we have ignore dodge on our obelisk, I mean, we're going to have, you know, 50% ignore dodge right here. We're going to use She-Hulk's leadership because it's really good against Null. And as far as strikers, guys, you know, we're just going to use these strikers. Let me go ahead and change this striker here, put another damage to supervillain striker. We got 2 ignore dodge strikers. I mean, that's more than enough ignore dodge. We don't really need it, but I want you guys to look at the damage that this girl does. This is really wild. All right, so I'm going to do that again because there was some kind of glitch with my controller on this emulator. So we're going to try that again. It actually caused me to get my proc thrown off a little bit. And really with Scream, guys, it's pretty easy keeping the proc where it belongs. So we're going to do that again. There we go. And look at the damage this girl does, right? Look at that damage. Okay, now you do have a long cooldown, and my proc did trigger again, which is pretty damn annoying, right? That's pretty annoying. Now right here, guys, we actually can get a heal by taking damage from the toxic meteorites. But look at that. I mean, you just cancel those skills and go straight into your other skills. Come on now, come on now. And there, we actually missed our 3rd skill. I don't know what it is about the emulator. Sometimes when I hit the 3rd skill, it doesn't seem like it enacts, man. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. I mean, this is stage 29 with this crap build, right? And this wasn't a perfect run. I missed my third skill a second ago, which kind of sucked. Again, with my emulator and using this controller, it just seems like sometimes that third skill doesn't want to enact. It's really weird. Very strange. I mean, on my phone, this would be even easier, right? It would be even easier on my phone. But look at this, right? Let's stay in here. Okay, we don't get hit by the toxic meteorite. There we go. Nice. Come out of here. You do got to play it still a little somewhat safe, guys. I mean, we're going to go ahead and hit our skills. Now, look at this, right? Look at this. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Under 1 minute, 30 seconds. Under 1 minute, 30 seconds with this crap build. That is insane, guys. That is really, really strong. No Urus. Stage 6 Power of Angry Hulk set. And 140% damage proc. That is crazy strong, right? Crazy strong. And against Mephisto, and these are really the two bosses that newer players are especially going to worry about. It's Mephisto and Null, right? Because it's going to take them a little time to unlock Gore and Ultron. And the truth is, most people don't like playing Ultron and Gore anyways. But aside from that, whenever you scroll down here, guys, like you're going to be able to use her all the way up until, I mean, she is a superhero, so you can use up to here, right? You can't use her from 15 to 19. And then from 20 to 24, you can use her. 25, you can use her. You can use your combat here, right? You can use female superhero. Again, you can use her here, right? You can use her up to leadership. Like, she fits tons and tons of these requirements. That is nuts, right? That is insane. Now, stage 39 with my build is honestly, it's just too much of a feat, right? I mean, I really don't think we're going to do enough damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of scroll down here a little bit. We're just going to go to 29 again, okay? We'll go to 29 and see what we can queue up. So let me find old girl. Let's see, combat. And where are you at, girl? There we go. And let's throw in Valkyrie, okay? We'll use Titania's leadership, which will work just fine. I mean, I could use Venom's leadership if I wanted to, right? Give us a lot of extra chain hit damage, but we'll just use this setup right here. And let's go ahead and set up a few characters in here that we can use. Let's see, let me find some fire resist. Would be really, really nice. She's got some pretty decent movement speed, so I'm not really too worried about that. But a few fire resist is definitely going to help her survivability. And we'll see how it goes. Now, this is going to be my first time trying Scream against Mephisto, so, I mean, we'll see how it goes, guys. All right, so we're going to try that again because I kind of screwed up on my button pushing because I'm still trying to get used to using a controller on an emulator, man. It really does take some practice, especially when you're used to playing on a phone. There we go. That was perfect, and you really got to make sure you're within a certain distance so you can go into your skills. Mephisto can jump around a lot, and that can be quite annoying. So we're doing pretty good so far. We've landed both of our procs. I mean, I really think with this build, this is going to be very, very... see, like right here, guys, like it just sucks that, you know, Mephisto got away. So that there kind of sucked. He got away from us. We couldn't go into our skills. And yeah, that's kind of the bad thing about facing Mephisto, but there we actually landed our proc, which is really, really nice. Okay. I really think that the build that I have on her, just, I mean, honestly, guys, she is at a disadvantage because she's a combat, right? So I don't really expect her to be able to do this high a level. I really don't. I mean, she definitely can do stage 29 Null, but she isn't at a disadvantage against Null. Here she is, right? Come on, get out of there, get out of there. Come on, now don't jump around, Mephisto. Peck her head. There we go, there we go. And, I mean, we still haven't... Yeah, I just don't think with this build it's going to happen. Obviously, with a different build, she can do it, guys. I guarantee it. Let's see here, let's see here, let's see. Go, 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 go. So, yeah, we're just going to let Titania... Well, no, Titania didn't die. Get over here. It just sucks with Mephisto running around. It's kind of the bad thing about Scream is that You know, whenever he's running around. Oh, so I mean, okay. So we did break it, and that just shows you guys, even with this crappy build, and this wasn't a perfect run, right? Mephisto got out of our way. We couldn't go to her skills a couple times. So we did miss out on quite a bit of damage, right? Sometimes the Mephisto, you got to play the runs, you know, quite a few times to get a good run. But this really shows you guys that she could absolutely do this. With a better build, she would plow through stage 29 Mephisto. She would plow through it. You know, I have 70% physical attack on my cars. I do have 22% Pierce, but you're going to need Pierce. You're going to need a decent amount of physical and energy attack for any character to push World Boss. It's just the way it is. But Scream she's amazing, guys. She is an amazing character. I love her to death. I think she's awesome. I'll probably end up leveling up her even further. I mean, guys, she just did what she did without any Urus, man. Look at this. I mean, this is crazy that she was putting out that much damage. I mean, I'm pretty amazed with Scream, guys. Let me know what you think about her. Personally, guys, I think she is well worth the investment. Definitely a must-buy, in my humble opinion. So let me know what you think about her. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. G2+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.